Hi everybody, welcome back to the workshop. Today we've got a brother machine, a modern one, electronic. It's an Innovis A60. I don't know how old it is, but customers brought it in. No faults reported, just needs a bit of a service. Okay. Just give it a quick run just to check it's running freely. Changing its patterns. Just a bit of stretch stitch to do. Seems to be working. Everything's going left and right, up and down. Feed dog changing direction on the stretch stitch, which is good. So it's just a matter of popping the bits off, taking the plate off. That's that bleeping was about. Bobbin case out. A couple of screws for the needle plate. Use my little right angled screwdriver with a ratchet on it. Do that. It's hard to get at the screws. I make some quite complicated machines, brother. Well, I say complicated, they're quite technological. There's lots of computers on them now. Not really my thing, computers. More mechanical, but the mechanical bits are moved and adjusted by computers, and as long as the computers are doing their thing, I can sort out the mechanical bit. Excuse my arm in the way, I'm just trying to get at the screw. I don't know if I've seen this particular model before. I've seen the Innovis before, but A60 sounds new to me. They're all pretty much the same inside. So I'm going to take a screw out of the end here to release that. A lot of these Innovises have a thread cutter, but this hasn't got one. Usually has a blade that comes across here. Lots of fluff in it. But I really would like to get this off. No screws holding this on at all. Okay. So let me just get this into position that you can see. There you go. So we have quite a few plugs there. They're going to be easy to remove. So I'm going to remove the plugs from the board one at a time, nice and gently. Another one there, this one here, and that enables me to take the front cover off. I'll blow that out for fluff before I put it back. Just want to put it somewhere safe for now. That's good. So we're now left with a bare bones machine, no covers. Lots of fluff in there. So that's the main motherboard there. You've got a tiny little DC motor on it. Very powerful though. Don't want to get your finger in the way of that needle. Just want to make sure get all the fluff out. The disadvantages of a modern machine is you can't just pop things open and brush out fluff. It's all enclosed in the casing. So when you do want to clear it out, you really have to strip it down like I've done. Sorry about the compressor, but that's where I get my air from, so we have to put up with the noise occasionally. Right, machine's running really smoothly, so it was very fluffy. The fluff would have dried up any lubrication the machine had. So we're going to work from the top, just oiling the joints. As if you've seen my videos before, I always say don't put too much this end. You don't want it on your fabric. And another thing I always say is use a proper fine machine oil, not 3-in-1. If you use 3-in-1, you'll be very disappointed a couple of years down the line when it all sets and gets hard. It's too thick. Just working my way around, get to all the oiling points. Not too much, just in the right places. All good. You can't do a lot with these machines while it's in this state. You can't run it because all the electronics up here are disconnected. You just got to turn it by hand, watch everything, just check the timing. Timing's good. Drop of oil on all these joints. Bit on this step motor. You've got a step motor here which moves the feed dog, whether you want a long stitch, a short stitch, a reverse stitch. It's all done via this little step motor. Pretty clever. I'll put a bit of oil on the shaft here. This bobbin winder pushes a wheel across to disengage the machine while it's winding the bobbin. I'm just putting a drop of oil in here, get nicely away from the rubber ring. Not too many places to oil on this. I'm going to put some on the main shaft, just there. It goes through the main bearing, and that'll keep that nicely oiled. It's a shame they don't use oiling pads on this at the top, because then you could load it up with oil and it would just feed the machine. Genomes are quite good at that. They have oiling pads on the shafts. Not so much at the top, but at the bottom. This might have it, I haven't looked yet. Right, I'm just about to look now because we're going to flip it up. It's there. So yeah, you've got no oiling pads, if you can see that. Yep, just here, you've got the main shaft going through the bearings. Let's tilt it a little bit so you can see. So getting oil in the bearings either side. Just work the oil into it. Check the belt tension, which is fine. This is the belt tensioner here. If you wanted to make the belt loose or tighter, you loosen the screw off here and pull this back and forwards. But that's fine, you don't need to touch that. Some more oil on the main shafts. There's not loads of places to oil on these. The main shaft, main needle bar. Just oil up the needle threader, just to get a drop of there, not too much because it's very close to the needle this. nice. Some on the actual presser bar. Lovely. Yeah, there wasn't anything major wrong with this machine, it was purely fluff. I've cleaned the fluff out the tensions. Tension release is working properly. You can see as I lift this lever up here, it releases the tension here. That's very important on a machine, because without that, when you pull your thread away after sewing, it would be really tight and you bend the needles, because your tension would be just too tight to let go. And a bit more fluff under here. Rid of that. It's good, it's all working nicely, everything's doing what it should be doing. So let's grid this machine. Put it up again. Let's be careful not to trap any cables anywhere. Check there's no fluff in the feed dogs, because that can cause issues. That's all doing what it should be doing. Okay, so we've got oil in everything we should have oil in. Not too much, just enough. Keep it running for another year or so. Should be serviced every year, especially these machines that you can't get into easily. They do dry out. It's all good. Happy with that. These covers, just check for fluff. Pick up the main front cover. I'll show you inside this. You've got your power lead coming in. That's your foot control lead coming in there. You've got these joiners here. You've got some electronics here, which is mainly just a circuit board with some buttons on. One's for the needle raise, that's for the bobbin, that's for the speed. You've got reverse, and then that's the start stop button if you haven't got the foot control plugged in. Your main display there, your dial up thing there, and that's all behind this unit here. That's good. So all the fluff away, nice and clean in there. And now we'll do the reverse of what we did last time. Pop all these connectors back on the board. Lay that down there a second. Like so. And away we go. Good thing about these boards is these connectors will only fit one way, so you're not going to be able to plug the wrong one in when you plug them back in. That's the longest connector there, a shorter one there, and then this blue one here, which I presume goes down to the foot control, which goes into this blue connector here, which you can't see. It's just awkward to lift the whole thing around to show you. Let me just have a look at the screen, see what you're getting. Yeah, you're just about getting it. Again, this blue one here, colour coded to go into this blue one here. It's very fiddly, but Bit of patience and a steady hand. Sometimes a torch. So I'm trying to show you, but I'm not going to get it done, so I need to just flick it around so I can get to it easier. You probably won't see this, but I need to get it done. And a steady hand. That's it. So I needed to do it with my left hand. That's all in now. So there's only 3 plugs, 2 white and a blue. And then just gently get it roughly into place. We need to get that one over there. Once we get the top in, we can normally work the bottom in. That's it. So get it over this. If you're doing it yourself, get the slot over this dial and pull this down underneath this plastic, and it should all slot into place. And once that's in, get that into place. It is very fiddly, this job. Gently lay it on its front and you can get this into position. That's it. So that's the front on. The base is holding that together. And then you get the back, and then the back is the important bit because it holds everything together. Again, the back normally get it over the switch on the right, on this side. It's the right hand side when it's stood up properly. Make sure this goes into the base slot. That bit goes around the presser foot lever. And bring it up gently on its base. And then just gently ease everything together. And it will actually just snap into place. Makes lots of snapping noises. Get it all lined up. Make sure the front goes in. Knock the 2 bits together there. We've got another one to get together there. It will, and that feels like it's never going to go back together again, but it just gets it all in the right place and it all snaps into place. We've got one more to do at the back here. Which I'm going to do just like that. So it did. Just gently ease it all together. I think first thing to do is to get the 3 torque screws in the base. The base sort of holds it all firmly together once it's in place. Because the base holds firmly, and these 3 parts here stop the case from coming apart at the bottom. Once this is on, Once we have the 3 all lined up, tends to pull everything in. Everything is all tickety-boo. And we put some screws between the 2 sides, front and the back. It will pull it all in and hold it together. Yep, happy with that. All the holes are lining up. Okay, so we'll start with the little screw that I nearly forgot about. It just goes underneath. Again, don't do this with an electric screwdriver. It has to be, you have to feel your way with these, otherwise you'll rip the threads. Rip the thread out of the casing and it won't hold it together then. Only get one chance at it. So just finger tight, that's all you need. We've got another one to go in there. Little machine screw. This one you can do tight because it's going into metal. And then you've got another one top. Again, this goes into the front cover, so you want to do it nice and gently, don't over tighten it. Just feel it nip up there. And then we've got another one here. I think this is a machine screw down here. You can tell if they're self-tappers or machine screws, because if it's reaching the front cover, it's going to be a self-tapper to go into plastic. But this is never reaching the front cover, so it must be a machine screw, which it is. And same again here. This goes through to the front cover, so it's a self-tapper. Again, just nice and gently. If you keep your finger on the gap, you feel the gap come together. Done. And then this one here goes in there. Don't do it all the way because you have to put the side cover on. Put a drop of oil on that. Oops, sorry, not the camera. And that slides over the top. Get it the right way. Should just push on gently. That's it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, all the screws are in. It's now held together. What we do now is plug it in, just to check we haven't unplugged anything by mistake. If we have, we've got to take it all apart again. I don't think we did though. Switch my head. Put that in there. Turn her on. Error 9. It's showing an error because I've got the plate off. And there's a sensor on here that reads the plate. I don't know where the sensor is, but there is one on here somewhere. That's fine. It's got its power. What I'll put some covers on it and run it. Put this side cover back on. Needle up. Yeah, a few safety things on this machine just to stop you running it with covers off. Got a built-in brush on this one. Very clever. There is a little nick on the plate, the needle plate, but it's not enough to cause any problems, so we'll leave that alone. They're quite expensive, the plates, so you don't need to change them unless they're really, really damaged. Get these couple of screws up again. Get a screwdriver a bit longer on that one. That's it. Okay, so that's down, that's down. Let me just find, I haven't left me a bobbin for this machine. See if that one's going to fit. Nope. I do keep spare bobbins. That one might be the one. Yeah, that'll be good. Let's just wind a bobbin up. Bit of white thread. On the proper end. Okay, under there, around there, around the bobbin. You can probably do a deeper bobbin for this machine, but the customer can put their own in. Let's put this cover back on. Okay, it's this cover that stops it. You saw that change. I'll take that off. It's got a cover where it is. That's there, I think. We'll pop it on anyway. Wind the bobbin. Get it started. Not really gripping that bobbin, is it? No, we need a deeper bobbin, I think. Let's find a deeper one. Deeper. I think that'll turn better. There's quite a lot of thread on the bobbin already. That'll do. Cut the red off because we don't need the red showing. I'm just going to check this bobbin case has got the right tension on it before I put it in the machine. Easier to change it when it's out than when it's in. Yep, that feels good. That out of there. A drop of the oil on the hook race as always. Just one drop. That's all it needs. Oh, press the foot down. Noises because I haven't got the foot on. Let's pop the foot on. That'll stop that noise. It's all good. Right, let's give it a sew, see how it performs. bobbin in through the tension unit. It's all ready to go. Yeah, first thing I do, change the needle. Always put a new needle in for service. Don't know if they're blunt or bent. If I put a new one in, I know they're not blunt or bent. Simples. Put that in. A bit fiddly sometimes changing these needles. Wiggle it in, make sure it's all the way up. So it's not the timing to be out when it misses stitches. Same with all machines, always make sure the needle's right up as far as it will go. There was a little stop, bit of metal in there to stop the needle going higher than it should. Okay, we thread it up, so it goes through that thread guide, around the top, underneath, back up again, around the take up lever, across the bottom guide. Fiddly thing, and it goes across to there, I think, and then we needle to the highest position, do that, and it takes it through the needle for us. Not always the most reliable of things, these needle threaders, but this one works pretty well. Take the needle down and up. Pulls the bottom thread up. We're ready to sew. Tension set on 4, which is the middle number, which is good. And then we're going to put it on number 3, which is on. Give it a bit of a length. Set the speed to half speed so I can watch it working. The thread's coming round, nothing's getting caught. I can speed it up now. Sounds good, nice little tick as the thread comes around the bobbin. Looks a nice stitch, means the tensions are good. A couple more stitches bring it out. Okay, straight to zigzag 07, bit of width, bit of length, bit more length, bit more width. Probably, so we might need to loosen the tension. I'll show you why. Underneath it's not quite a perfect V, it's just creating a little catch there, which means that the top tension is too loose. So we either need to tighten the top tension, which I don't like to do because it's on number 4, which I want it on, or we'll loosen the bottom tension, which will do a fraction, not too much. A bit of fluff there. Just these tiny adjustments which make all the difference to the stitch. Just feel that again. A little bit less. Let's try that. I'll put the bobbin in afterwards. There's always this final bit that just makes all the difference to get the stitch right. Again, through the tension, break that off. So it's only a little thread cutter on this, so it just leaves it long enough. Just check the reverse is working. Cheers. There. Just going to nip that up to 5. Just check it's the same top and bottom. That's better. So I'm going to leave that on 5 now. I don't want to have the tension at the bottom any lower. Just check the straight stitch again. Get nice and long. Nice individual stitches, that's good. Let's just give it something a little bit more complicated to do. Good. Very nice machine. That's good. So that's how we finished up. This was the original one, which is a bit all over the place. Let's just give it another quick sample for the customer. So I can leave a nice sample on there. Very good. Right, get back to a straight stitch. Few more stitches and away we go. We'll be ready to clean up. So easy to use this machine. Sounds good, runs fast, and that's very powerful, those little step DC motors. That's all good. Happy with that. There you go. Nice sample of what this machine can do. Runs beautifully, like brand new. So I don't know how old this machine is. Probably a few years old, 2 or 3 years old. Needed a good old defluffing, really, more than anything. So you don't want that in your tensions. We boiled it up while it was there. Take my bobbin out. So they won't want my bobbin, they'll have their own. Save that for another day. That's beautiful. Right, I'll put a next juice sticker on it. Due to be fluffed out again in a year's time. That's all good. We'll give it a clean up, get it packed up, let the customer know it's ready. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please like it. Even better, please subscribe so you can watch me do some more. Any questions, drop us an email. I've put my email address on the screen for you. I'm happy to help where I can. I can't always do it without seeing the machine, but any little issues I know about, I'll always let you know. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next video.